what's going to happen. Great to have you along. UB Stadium in Buffalo, home to the Buffalo Bulls. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Buffalo Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Bulldogs will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Guys, let's take a minute to chat about Buffalo. You start the season, top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They're working that left side. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. And the Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly to the tight end. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Let's take a minute to talk about the big picture for Buffalo. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
Well, that means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. He tries to take the top off. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on second down. Rushes on him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of this game and see how they do in one-on-one situations.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Secures it at the 30. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He's going to take a shot. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
They'll move the tight end. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Second down, he'll throw it. Skips away from pressure. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes. This is a gamble. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going over the top. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And that's just a play that you have got to make if you're going to win this game. You're not going to get a lot of chances like that. You might not get another receiver that open for the rest of the season.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Fires on the move.
Almost.
Had the completion, just missed it.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. This time he's got his man. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. They just keep firing. The short hands, it's Watson. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab near the marker, it's Watson. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it set up on the outside. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State.
The screen game is such a big part of this offense. A nice job by the quarterback holding on to it until the last possible second, and the O-line getting downfield, picking up their blocks. They make it about as easy as they can for this running back to find the end zone.
And right down the middle. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Simmons. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
7 yards on the play. 2nd down.
That 1st quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the 2nd. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. He might want another play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Rolling right and going deep. A full dive to haul that one in.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
He's going to run it. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Snagged in the middle. It's Hurley. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down. First play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. And that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Caught near the sticks. It's Watson. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Zings it complete to the right. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Starting to feel a little pressure. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going to the running game. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Guys, let's take a minute to chat about Buffalo. During the offseason, they go out, they get a top 25 recruiting class. That's nothing to scoff at. But the question is, how do they move up from here, David?
Well, and how do these talented young guys perform at this level, right? We don't really know. I mean, top 25 class is good. It's not elite, but how do these guys perform, Palmer, early, day one in their career?
Yeah, they're going to have to grow up pretty quick because we expect to see a lot of these guys play meaningful snaps in this game here today as well. I think that's what the fans really want to see here today.
Pulls and throws off the RPO.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Now on first down from the 40. Might be calling a hot route.
Here we go.
QB draw. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He leaves it with his back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught over the middle. It's Simmons. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Buffalo! He would not be denied.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the jets, by Felicia.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. On the move from inside his 5. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. He's going up top. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Bulls will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. They'll get this drive started from the 29. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success, and they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
On third down, going up top. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
That is a good omen for this defense. They were getting lit up in the first half. They knew something had to change. So to set the tone like this early on their opening drive of the third quarter and get a stop on third, that should really help their confidence.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Going the other way, and he's got room. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Buffalo!
And that's going to make the defensive coordinator happy because he's just hoping his defense can get off the field there on fourth down. Just get a stop, get a tackle, back the ball away. We're going to pick it off, and we're going to take it to the house. Great play.
Fresno State, 21.
And here he comes out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Touchdown Bulls! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes. This is a gamble. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Looking downfield on first down. On the run, still looking. Rolling, throwing, looking right.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? He gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back open in the middle. There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Just keep swinging it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Fires to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Powers through the defender. Got the first down. Looking for more. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Oh, they're after him. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Bulls will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Running back searching for a hole. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Absolutely center cut. And that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Navy is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 13 over Kansas. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Floats it out in space. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Bulldogs have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Gets the back moving. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Flips it out in the flat. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
That's a live ball. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
Fakes to grab. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. And the stomping has commenced.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
Fresno State, 21.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Had to get rid of it quickly. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Complete out of the backfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's fourth down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down and distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Bulldogs come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Pressure coming. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
To the air on first down. Here's the heat. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Throws for the tight end. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They'll try to get the edge on the left. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. The Bulls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Wants to go up top. Might be looking to run. Oh, he's going to be brought down. A huge loss on the play. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the pass.
He lets one fly deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Bulls line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
Now, you talk about a sideline that was jacked up, excited for the big punt return. And then, man, he makes the big mistake, puts it on the deck, and the momentum goes shifted right back to the other side.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry. The Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Bulls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
So now it's 2nd and long. The quarterback takes a knee. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.